What's up, guys? It's Damp. We are in part 2 of our Long Dark series, and I apologize that it took so long. There's an update that came out, and I wanted to get some time in order to kind of get familiar with what was going on in the game with the update and talk to some people about it before I just jumped right into it. So, obviously, if you guys have been following the game, they released the Moose as a new character, so we may run into one of those. To kind of follow up from our last one, where we ended is we were at the point where we're about to go out and harvest a deer. We probably need to start ice fishing at this point, and we have a bear that's kind of being a bully around in this area, so I have to watch out for him. So my intention is really to go out there and harvest that deer, kind of get my bearings, make my way back to the camp office. If you can see, we do have a rifle, but we only have one round, which is going to make it really difficult. I have a few more rounds, but still, even to kill a bear, I would probably want somewhere around 10 just to be safe. Not that that's the thing with the bears. You have to keep your distance, and you have to get, if you get a few headshots, it can be really good, but if you don't and you miss, it can be really painful for you. And I'm attempting to save these and kind of hoard them for a while, rather than, use them really early on in the game. So, I'm just gonna get my bearings, look through here and see. Looks like all of our stuff that we had is still intact. We didn't lose anything. So what I need to do today is I need to crack this safe. I'll show you guys how to do that. And then we're gonna go outside and harvest that deer. And probably gonna load up the we need to load up the rifle. So we'll put our stripper clip in there. Let's see. So that changes us to having now 8 rounds in our magazine. I shouldn't say magazine, it's truthfully it's a stripper clip went in there, but so we have 8 rounds now. So that's probably enough if we wanted to take out the bear. It's just going to depend on what we can do. Our fresh guts that we have here, what we're looking at doing with them is making sure that they get cured. Once they get cured, we're going to use them as snares. And let's search our safe. So what I'm doing is I'm listening for the click. So we know about 47 we're going to have our first click. And some people will go back and then just restart because it's a little bit easier. So 47 is going to be about the area that we need to start for our first spin. So I'm going to reset it. Go back. There we go. I guess it was closer to really like 48, 49. Alright. We're going to go back. Same thing. Alright, so that's about 33. So we know we gotta go right around and through here, and then 33. We gotta reset it. It's gonna spin. And back. Oh, okay. What is that? 18? Okay. Restart. Seven. Oh shit. I'm really good at this, can you tell? And we're gonna go all the way back around to here. Alright, now it'll open. Okay, so we got our safe open. We have a flare, which is good for wolf prevention. And a flare shell, which is obviously used with the flare gun. Alright, so there's quite a few things in here that we really don't need, truthfully. So now that we've got that open, I'm gonna look and see if there's anything I want to get rid of. Head and drink. I'm gonna look and see where the rest of my meters are. I need to eat, which I don't have a ton of food. Now we'll eat this before it starts to get too bad. And ideally, we're gonna be able to skin this deer. It's out here. Depending on the temperature, sometimes you want to start a fire right near it. Oh, there's the moose. Shit. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. Try and keep my distance, but probably need to have that out either way. Really, all I want to do is skin that deer. I just don't know what his temperament's like. So this could be interesting. I may end up building a fire just to keep him at bay. We'll see. I don't even know how good this gun... I mean, how heavy the caliber is in relation to what the moose is in the game and the mechanics behind it, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. So the carcass is completely frozen, which is going to mean it's going to dull our knife and probably take quite a while in order to get it cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and sharpen it. At least it's a somewhat of a nicer day. Oh, the second I say that. Of course that happens. Okay. So, can I start a fire? Not really well. It's gonna be touch and go to get this started. We only have a 60% chance. Ideally, what I want is it'll help keep me warm while while it also warms the carcass, so that I can cut it up easier, and hopefully it'll keep the moose away. Nope.
Well, that didn't work.
I was afraid that was going to happen. Guess if we ever needed an accelerant, now's the time. I rarely use those. So I've got 28 minutes. I probably need... I'll start cutting whatever is within like 20 minutes if there's anything. Take one of the guts out. Now you really just want to do... Well, I'm trying to do the easier stuff. It'll warm me up. I really don't want to use my fire log if I don't have to. So it's got 8 minutes. I don't want to burn that book. See if there's any wood. But there might be some sticks or some wood around here that we could use, but there really isn't. So it did come a little bit unfrozen. That made it a little easier, but there wasn't... It didn't have enough meat on it to truly use the investment. I really didn't want to use the accelerant, but I kind of had to. And I tend to find quite a bit of that anyway. So, for now, we're going to head back in. same thing. I'm going to keep my distance from the moose. I don't know how many shots it takes, but I can't think it's only going to be one. I got to think as soon as I take one shot, it's probably going to charge. And, probably not safe. If I can get up on these rocks and take a shot where he can't get to easily, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Since I have enough ammunition to start, he would be a good meat source that would hold us back from having to do ice fishing right away. I really don't have great clothing for ice fishing. Alright. So we don't have a ton of fuel. At night we'll be able to make some fuel, but for now we're gonna let me see if there's something I don't have to break down. Break down that chair.
Could end up being useful.
Alright, so let's take our guts that we have. We're gonna dry those out. Same thing for the hide. Drop that. We pick that up so that we know what's what. I'll drop this back down. I know there are some new materials that you can use for the moose fur. I just am not familiar with how difficult they are to drop, so I'm gonna break this down just so I can have enough fuel that I can eat. Take the charcoal. You just use the sticks again. And this is just really going to be to cook our food that we just got from the deer. And then we'll move on. See if we can kill that moose.
Come on. Come on.
Nope.
Well, that didn't work.
My fire starting ability will get better as I get more experience in the game, but when you first start out, it's a little bit of a struggle. Especially because I'm not carrying a lot of firewood with me, so I'm trying to be selective on what I'm lighting. But I might go through a ton of matches here. Which I really don't want to, obviously, because those are a limited resource, but hopefully as I get better, I won't struggle with this nearly as much.
Come on.
At night I could use the fire log, which would make it a little bit easier, but for now I'm really just trying to find enough fuel that I can cook this meat.
Turned out pretty well.
Which I may end up actually... There we go. Let's see. Alright, so we have 30 minutes, so let me get this food on really quickly. Should be enough to do it. Alright, so now we have our venison that we can eat. And if the weather's nice enough, what we're going to do is we're going to try and go back out and we'll see if we can kill that moose. Since it, I mean, that's the last thing I expected because it wasn't here, obviously, the last time we played the game. So let's see what we can do here and... Probably taking a pretty big chance, but if I can... I don't know if I can get up here. No. Ideally, I want to put myself in a position that's as far away from it as possible and still somewhat of a defensive position. And since the weather isn't terrible, I should be able to hopefully kill the moose and still harvest it for the next day. I actually have to look key binding to see if there's hold breath. I don't think there is. No. I couldn't remember if there was or there wasn't. And again, same thing, because my experience isn't very good and it's so cold, makes it difficult to get a good shot. It's going to be a bad shot. Okay, apparently it only takes one shot. I guess I thought the moose was going to be a lot more difficult than that, but he must not be nearly as strong as the bear is. Okay, so our objective now is to gut this thing as quickly as possible. And we'll bring it back and start to tan it, or dry it out, I guess. And this should give us quite a bit of food for a while as well. 42 kilograms of meat. Oh my god. Holy shit. I don't even know what. It's gonna take me 5 hours to harvest that? Longer? Oh my lord. Alright, this is gonna be a 2-day operation, I guess. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. I can't stay out here that long, I don't think. Yeah, I can't. I'm already at risk for hypothermia. Okay. Wow. I did not expect there to be that. I guess I should have, but I didn't. I mean, I don't think bears even have that much meat on them.
It's starting to weigh me down.
So the disadvantage to that is that, yeah, I could be at risk for hypothermia. I'll be able to start the fire log for the night, and we'll cook up that meat so I can get quite a bit of food ready over the next few days. The extra meat I'll leave outside in the cold so it doesn't go bad, I guess. At least that's the way you used to be able to do it. Hopefully that's still in the game. There is a risk of attracting wolves from what I've read, but I think we'll be okay. We'll see.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
That 4 kilograms should treat us okay for the next couple days.
Damn it. So hungry.
Alright, so we'll start to warm up a little bit. We're going to put down our guts again for the snares. And there's our moose hide. Obviously the... You know what? Let's do the same thing we did.
The pack is getting kind of heavy.
Guess I'll lay it out right here. It's so big. So, alright, there's the moose hide. The guts are there. 15% cured. Okay, so here's some firewood that we've got. That I'll use this first. Not sure how much light's left, but I'll eat something just to hold me over for a bit, and then what we'll do is oh, that's not gonna hold me over very long. should be able to... Let's go ahead and cook before I get too tired. I'll try and read my book, but I don't know that I can do that.
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
Just try and get research in when I can before it gets to be too dark. Yeah. Alright, so we're hungry. Okay, so wood stove.
Getting weak.
I'm gonna give this a shot. If this doesn't work and I end up running out of sticks, then what I'll do is I'll just switch to the fire log, which should light instantly. Yeah, okay.
Well, that didn't work.
Just because we need it, and I'm wasting too many other resources, I'll just use my fire log, which I normally save for pretty dire situations, but it's okay.
Come on. Come on.
Carrying it around is really heavy also, so there are cons to it. But it is really nice to have if you're out or you're lost and you need to start a fire and you have that with you and it's a guaranteed fire and last you know.
That didn't work.
Wow, I thought it said 100% chance. No, it didn't. I was wrong. I thought it said 100%. I must have misread it. Anyway, so the idea here is once we get through the night, if it's too cold to travel in the morning, I'll finish reading that book. That way I can use that as fuel. And we'll go back out and try and harvest that, harvest the rest of that moose. I will probably need to get firewood so that I'm able to... There we go. I will try and get firewood. That way I'm able to harvest that moose a little bit easier because I can't be out in that cold for hours and hours, 3 and 4 hours at a time. So I will need to get some...
Getting kind of thirsty.
Something to help along the way. So if we at least have a fire next to it, it should make it easier for us to harvest it. And then hopefully if we can harvest everything tomorrow, we'll head back to the camp office.
We could just lay down and have a little sleep right here.
So before we go to bed, we'll make sure that we eat, obviously, and drink. I'm just trying to use every minute of that fire that I can. Just even if it's a little bit more water. And we'll move on to bed as soon as we eat. Oops. This will give us 900 calories, which is pretty good. We'll have enough to keep us going, and we'll probably eat most of it before we move on. Alright, so we're almost completely full. We'll eat the next one for breakfast. And, gotta find the bed. I can't remember. There it is. Okay, so it's almost the middle of the night. We'll try and sleep 8 or 9 hours. Morning, sun's coming up. Still a little tired, so I'm gonna go back to bed for a couple more hours. Then I'll need to eat and drink again, obviously. Hope the weather cooperates. Let's see. Okay, let's go see what the weather looks like. Not great, but it's not too bad. We're gonna try and go find some firewood. Sticks would be good to start fires. And I guess I should have checked my snare yesterday. I forgot about it. But might as well harvest this little guy. He's probably been out here a minute.
What have we here?
And the reason you'll do this when you know you have ample food is simply because you want to begin to work on like your mittens and... Oh, it's not in that bad a shape. Right on those tracks. And begin to harvest some of your other clothes that you need. Oh, there's no reason in breaking down that. It's too small. We can just pick up sticks as we find them. Okay, so... I mean, if I had to, I could use sticks. I could break some of the stuff down, but typically the energy transfer isn't... Or the energy investment, rather, isn't worth it. So we'll go up to... I think I saw a log laying up here. We can cut up. And if that's what that is, then we'll have a stick... A couple pieces of firewood, which should let us harvest the rest of that moose today. So hopefully we can finish that up today and then move on back to the camp office. We would want to start the fire because we're already halfway through our... That'll take an hour. And again, you get really cold. So we'll go over and hopefully be able to start that fire next to the moose.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
And you are at risk for hypothermia, but I mean, just walking back inside would probably cure it if I stayed in there, but I don't have a lot of things to do. And also I'm trying to prevent cabin fever, as that's another thing that can if you don't get outside like almost every day, it's another thing that can afflict you over time. Way too windy. Oh shit. Well, I might have to go back inside. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back inside, guys. So, I'll go back inside, give it a couple hours, maybe the wind will die down. I'll finish reading that book, hopefully. And, which is part of the reason why I bring stuff like that with me, so that I'm able to do something. You're really trying to be productive. If you're not sleeping, if you're not cooking, you really have to be productive. So we'll go in here to warm up. We might as well just read our book. Obviously we warm up. Hypothermia risk is done. But it only seems to have gotten windier. Now sometimes you can sleep it off for an hour. And the weather will change. Sometimes you can't. So the other thing I can do is work on that rabbit. Sounds like it hasn't gotten any better. So I'll harvest that rabbit. Then I can eat and drink. I've got a little more firewood we gathered. Oh, maybe it died down now. I guess we'll see. Not as worried about eating as I am drinking. When I come back in for the night, I'll make sure to make more water as well, since we have more firewood now. Okay, so it actually looks like the temperature kind of stabilized. So before the sun goes down, I'll try and harvest as much as I can. Which probably won't be much. It's probably only have an hour to an hour and a half, but I still want to be as productive as possible. Still can't believe we were able to take it down in one shot. It's crazy. Those are good for arrows, so you always want to grab those when you can. We've used a lot of matches, which is not good because our fire starting skill was not very good. I'll pop that open after we get this harvested, right before we go to bed, and kind of show you guys where our skills are at. Alright, got our firewood. Oh, fuck me. Really? Really, dude? After I just put the firewood in, too? That's a real dick thing to do. Here I thought he wanted the carcass, but I think he wants me. I know for sure he's going to take a lot of shots, and I really am not equipped with medical supplies to be able to take him down if he attacks me. I'm going to see if maybe this flare will scare him off. That worked. That was good. That was really nice. Oh god! I did not make it in the door, confirmed. Used to be able to struggle out. I don't know if you can. Oh, you fucker. Ruined my shirt. And my mittens. And my hat. Oh, man. But, did he hurt? He didn't hurt me. Wait a second. How does that work? So I got attacked. He ruined my stuff. But I got in the door? Yeah, I guess so. Huh. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know if he stays right at the door. I don't have any idea how that works. But obviously all of our clothes are kind of shot. All we can do is harvest them at this point. They can't even be repaired. Which is really unfortunate. I mean, I guess we were lucky in that we didn't get hurt, obviously, or killed, but it's nighttime anyway, so let's go ahead and just make our water. So I wanted to show you guys the skill set. I gotta figure out where that is. Here we go. So, carcass harvesting, that will probably go up as we harvest this moose. Cooking's done pretty good because we've done a lot of that. And anytime you are cooking or you have something that's able to be cooked, you really should. You can get the skill points for it. Fire starting's still low. We haven't ice fished yet. Rifle's probably going to move up if we end up fighting this bear again. And we've been mending quite a bit of our clothes, so that's where our skills are for now. Since we're safe in here, we probably want to basically just start a fire for the night, rest up, and hope that he moves at least a little bit farther. I'll shoot him again and then run back in the house and continue to do the same thing. Then we may have a bear to harvest too, so this may keep us busy for a little bit. It does suck that we lost those clothes, though. That means we're going to have to continue to scavenge more. I mean, we were in an okay state, but now we're not. We're probably far below average with the clothes we have on in order to survive, so. Guess we can eat our rabbit. And we'll hope to hell when we make it out in the morning that there isn't a bear waiting outside for us. And I'll need to keep some of that firewood because our firewood now is... I'll keep one log. I'll burn that tomorrow. Man, that sucks. I heard the noise and I just assumed it was wolves, which wouldn't have been good either. I mean, it wouldn't have been perfect, but to have a bear that close and nothing scared it off. I thought he was going to come for the carcass, but as I kept walking away, he kept moving to me. So I had to hope that he maybe he ate our meat. Maybe that's what attracted him. I don't know. Probably didn't help. So we'll just keep more water. Whatever I can't bring with me, I'll probably bring 2.5 liters when I move, and yeah, so this, we'll drop this. Drink this. And we'll go ahead and sleep. Probably gonna wake up hungry, obviously, but more important that if the bear's there, then... Oh, this artwork's amazing. I'm definitely not gonna go outside in the, when it's that cold. Or that, well, not that cold, but that dark. This doesn't make sense. So there's what you can use the moose hide for, or you can make a cloak. I'm wondering how heavy of a load that reduces. I'll have to look into that. We don't have enough for the mitts. We have, I think, 2 hides or 3 hides now for rabbit skin, so not enough for that. Wow, this artwork's amazing. We don't really have a lot of food options. I try and keep these really just for traveling, but at this point, I can walk outside and see if that bear's still there. It's just too dark to do anything about it, so I'm going to continue to wait. Until the sun comes up, or at least right near that. Alright. Moment of truth. Holy good. Those conditions are terrible.
Something's gotta go.
Well, probably gonna have to cook this. Means I have to use my last piece of firewood, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world. That way I can cook at least some meat, get myself some energy, and then we'll have to hope that
Come on.
if the weather clears up, we'll go back out to that other log that we saw, chop that up, start our fire again, obviously watching out for the bear, and hopefully we'll be able to finally harvest the moose. I mean, we did get the hide off of it, which is the most important thing, but the food would be
Turned out pretty well.
really, really good to have. Okay. We aren't going to have enough to cook that. Oh, see, there you go. So we triggered Cooking Novice, so I'll show you guys what that does. Plus 10% calories from any cooked food item, which doesn't sound like much, but that can be huge, especially early on in the game. That's why I was saying to make sure that you cook your food whenever you can. Now these go from 900 to 990. And every little bit helps. Okay. Alright, so weather sounds like it got better. Make sure there's no bears. Oh, there's the fucking bear. Is it dead? Holy shit. We killed it. Oh, sweet. Okay. Holy shit. Well, I'm gonna keep this out because I don't trust that thing, but the weather's not great, obviously. Even the artwork on the UI, I think, is awesome. How the cartridges look more like pointed arrows than they look like ammunition rounds. Anyway, I get caught up in Trudy's artwork. She's amazing. So if you guys don't know and you watch my stuff from Darkest Dungeon, Trudy's one of the artists that worked on Darkest Dungeon with Chris. And she did most of the artwork, I believe, if not all the artwork for The Long Dark, which is part of why I like it so much, is because it does mirror that style. She's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So again, we're gonna get really cold. It's gonna get really heavy. But he even died close enough to where the fire may thaw his carcass as well. I think he did, at least. So if we can start this fire, we should be able to harvest a lot more of the moose. I can't believe it died after one hit. Wow. So lucky. 80% chance of success for sure. It's so lucky that it died. I've had some that I've had to shoot 6 and 7 times before.
Come on.
So I wonder if it's because the weather got so bad and it was injured. Oh, come on, man. I don't know, but that may have been a factor for sure.
Come on.
Or it's because I hit him in the head and maybe they only have so long to live after you hit him in the head. I don't know.
Are you serious?
Yeah, really. The one thing that's a huge negative is that we've gone through a ton of our matches, which you never want to do. I guess the advantage is that even though we lost some of our clothing, that we got we'll have a bear pelt, a moose pelt, or a moose hide, a bear hide, and we should have an absolute ton of meat. I don't know what we'll do with. I guess we'll just leave it outside and hope that it stays good as long as possible. Truthfully, I mean, I wanted to be out of here long by now, but well, I don't want to poke it with something, but wow, it's crazy. $30 minutes to get the hide.
Too cold to think.
Just quiet down. Okay, I just wanted to get the hide first. We'll stand next to the fire and we'll work on this guy. Oh no.
Damn. Freezing.
I hope that's not what I thought it was. Can't get a break. See, quartering it would probably be better. Do want the guts though. Let's harvest the guts and then we'll quarter whatever's left. Oh, it's like midday. We have plenty of time. Okay, let's add another log. And it's now thawed, so 2 hours, 450 calories. 2 hours, 8 minutes. We'll have to start fire over there, probably. Okay, that's fine. Let's do quarter it and be done with it. Holy shit. Alright. I'm not gonna start that one because I want to get to the bear next.
I think I can use this.
I can't even move. All that meat.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
Oh shit. Of course. Something scared it away.
I'm so thirsty I can't make
Probably the fire. If I can get right near the door and take a shot, I might be able to kill it. Maybe he's just gonna move on. No? I really don't want it hanging around the meat. I've got to be able to harvest it. And I have to take it out. Shot's like really difficult. I know once I shoot, he's gonna come running right at me, which is even gonna be more difficult. Then I run into the danger that he's gonna attack. Do I have a flare? Yeah. Okay, that doesn't work like I thought it would. Oh, that was terrible. I rushed it. Oh, God, this shakes so much. Right when you're about to take the shot, it's almost like it adjusts sometimes. Really? I can't believe that didn't hit him. I should have let him charge me last time. It looks like he ate some of this,
That'll come in handy.
which really sucks, but we'll go back and harvest those guys next, I guess. I don't know that we'll ever leave here.
Not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
So when I get inside, I'll try and harvest that meat and then leave some of it outside again so it doesn't go bad. I can't tell if that's what's drawing in the predators or not, but I can't continue to use ammunition like this. I mean, I know it's worth a lot of food and those pelts, but I don't have a lot to spare. I mean, you guys saw I had 8 cartridges when we started. Apparently I missed twice on that wolf, which is really bad. We got lucky in that the bear only took 1, however, so. Guess I'll bring that inside and harvest it, so at least we can do it in the warmth. Okay. Rabbit pelt I'll drop here. Bear pelt. Just drop here. Those are all going to take a long time to cure, but probably something like 10 to 11 days will take for all of them to cure, I would think. Okay, so harvest this. And might as well eat, since he's getting really hungry. Then we'll harvest this one. See, this is what sucks, is because once you quarter it, it seems to really affect the quality, so now I'll have to cook it almost all of what I just made I'll have to cook, which, because it's such low quality. Once I cook it, it should come back, but let's go check outside and see what those ones are. Those are at 81%. So maybe it's when you quarter it. I don't know, or maybe it's because the wolf came around. I'm not sure. I don't even know if I have any more firewood. I think I left some in here, though. Yeah. Ooh, that's clutch. It's about to be nighttime. I mean, worst comes to worst, I could break down some of this stuff, but I'm gonna have to probably break down this one. Now, those cardboard matches. I was going to use those up before I use the wooden ones, but... So tomorrow will be pretty much more of the same. We'll go back out and we'll grab the wolf carcass.
Come on.
I may just skip the guts since I have so many. I'll go check the bunny rabbit, see if the bunny rabbit triggered the snare, which will give us another piece to our mitts. And the whole purpose of this over time is that you're going to build your you can build your clothing up so that you can stay outside longer. That's what the main purpose of hunting is. So I don't know the meta currently, but I'm sure it's a combination of some of the man-made clothing and then some of the clothing you get from hunting animals. It seems that some of them have like really good advantages versus water, which are typically the animal ones, and then the man-made ones tend to be a lot just lighter, whereas the other ones are heavier. That seems to be the main difference between the two. Now let's cook. Once I cook it, it should bring that percentage of the food back up, but the longer it stays on me, the less the quality will be, obviously. That's why I want to go out there and harvest the rest of that meat as soon as possible. And I really would like to keep my firewood so that I'm able to use it for the harvesting tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to happen. I may end up just leaving one of these out. Okay, so start by eating the stuff that's lowest quality. Get rid of that. These 3 pieces I'll leave outside. Go ahead and drink, and then we'll be ready for bed for the day. Alright, so let's go put these outside real quick. Lose my bearings around here. There we go. It's too cold. We're gonna go to bed. And we'll try and sleep for about 9 to 10 hours. Hopefully we can get a little more health back. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, and then today's objectives are checking the bunny trap. Let's see, 57% on that. Some of the guts should be about done. That one is. Sapling's almost cured from our bow. So, we'll go check these bunnies, see if we can grab a couple more sticks. Oh, that bear looked like it was still alive. Hopefully you guys saw that. To me, it looked like it was moving, unless I'm losing my mind. So we want to grab a few sticks to have for the fire. Tonight we'll cook that meat. Hopefully I can find a little more firewood as well. Would be nice. It's a little cold to be out here, so gotta find where that where I put that snare. I thought it was back here. Maybe it wasn't. It was back behind the hill. A little early in the morning to be trying to do this too, so may have to go back inside for another hour. But I'll try and grab the bunny first. There we go. Looks like nothing triggered it. Which is surprising, because it's been 2 days. At least we can grab a few sticks. Oh no, we got one. Okay, good.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Snares placed. Don't see any things we can cut up. The logs. We'll go back in. We can harvest that bunny. Because it's kind of cold this early in the day. That might be something we can use up there.
Can't feel my feet.
We really don't have the materials to be out here very long, truthfully. Since that bear attacked us
Felt so cold in my
and
life.
tore up our clothing. So should be able to harvest this bunny. Take this guy. And we can set his hide down and his guts. That'll at least let us warm up. And we're still being productive. Does sound like it's kind of windy outside today, though. And since we can't find some firewood, again, while we're warming up. Now, since it's the middle of the day, we'll take this firewood out there. And let's harvest these guys. Hopefully they're close enough together that I can heat them up.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Actually, let me do this. Since we're going to be carrying back a ton of meat, I'm going to leave some things inside today. First of all, let's get rid of those hides. Don't need 2 of these. Doesn't bring much weight down though. Those don't even work. I need this, I need that, so those will start the fire. And a lot of this stuff I really don't need. For now, it's just going to take too much time to clean it, so... Go out there, I'll use all this firewood, most of it at least, and hopefully that'll lighten us enough. I mean, it's really cold though. It might be too windy in this storm to start the fire. I guess we'll know in a second. If not, I'll just try and grab the pelt off this. I don't think they're close enough. I guess it's not windy, not too windy. Best thing I can do is probably going to be quarter him and then take trips and bring him back in. And the wolf, I'll probably just cut the pelt off for now, after I'm warm. Come on, man.
That didn't work. Come on.
Alright, good. Okay, that'll keep my temperature up when I'm over there. Take 30 minutes to get the hide, then I'll go back over by the fire.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Alright, it's only 31 kilos, so 2 hours. Let's grab a couple of these first. I mean, we have a ton of these, but... oh, shit. It's too windy? Son of a bitch. Man, this game is just shitting on us, guys. Not gonna be able to do it today. We'll have to wait and see if the weather holds up, and then we'll go back out. If I warm up enough, I could just go out there and try and quarter it as quickly as possible and move it back, but... man, that's frustrating.
Cold.
I don't need the fire, but it does make it a lot easier since my clothing sucks. And it does make it quicker to go through the body. I just don't think I'm going to be that lucky. I'm going to have to go out there and just end up getting really cold and moving them all back over time. Just annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and rest for 2 hours and see if that helps the wind die down a little bit. And I'm probably just going to end up ordering them both, and I'm not going to mess with the guts anymore. Doesn't sound like it's as windy. It actually warmed up quite a bit in comparison. So... See, more than 50% frozen. Can't quarter it. Now I'll have to start another fire. Alright guys, so I'm going to end that one here. I'll go ahead and make this fire, see if we can quarter this bear. And then from there, since we're just over our hour time limit, from there we'll pick it back up and probably try and make our way back to the camp office in the next episode. So thanks for watching. I hope this is what you guys were looking for when you said you wanted some more Let's Plays of the Long Dark. Let me know in the comments what you think or what you want to see me do next. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.